so the first step to changing this porch out from spring, summer to fall is obviously getting rid of everything that is spring related. So just thought I would give you a little glimpse of the kind of before, which things have been falling down here recently anyway. So I guess the wind is helping me a little bit do my job, but these fell down, my little cabbage. I got some hydrangeas that fell off of my basket wall display. But anyway, I'm gonna have to switch out pillows and all the things. So let's go ahead and let's get started, see what we can get accomplished. This is why I love this garland from Hobby Lobby, or you know, anywhere. A leaf garland in the fall type of colors that you love is a great investment in my humble opinion, and that's because these garlands are so easy to manipulate with their wiring that I took this very springy basket wall and removed the spring florals on it, and all I did was add a couple of these leaf garlands, and look how, yes, that don't ask about that. That was, we don't even want to talk about that right now. I used to have a fireplace mantle right here and I painted it. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. We're also not going to talk about how this house needs pressure washed. We're not going to go there because we listen and don't judge right now. Anyway, but honestly, you can see it took me like all of like 5 minutes to transform this basket wall feature that I have out here on the porch into a fall basket wall. So easy. Now, in my typical fashion, honestly, I could leave it alone. I could leave it just like this. I could continue to decorate over here. I could decorate here, and it would all come together beautifully. But if you know, you know, when it comes to me, you know, my motto is kind of go big or go home. And if you know about how much I love working with florals, I am going to add probably some other picks and stuff like that in here. But I just wanted to show you that really quick, how quickly that transformed and how actually easy that was. So I decided to do a wagon wheel up here, and I kind of just draped a little bit of that fall leaves onto it. I think I'm gonna have to do a little adjusting though, because I'm looking at it and I'm not really liking the way it looks. Anyway, I went ahead and decided to put this small little wreath here in the middle as well. This is really cute. This was just a wreath that I've had it for a long time, and I purchased it. It was like a wreath already put together, but whoop, well, there you go. That's why I need a zip tie. Anyway, and I just added things to it, and sometimes you it may be more cost effective to buy a wreath that is kind of already put together, and then just maybe add some little bits, you know, little bits and stuff like that to it to kind of jazz it up and to make it more unique and to make it more you and your personality. There's just a little tip for you. I love just making my own wreaths from, you know, basically the ground up. But if I find a wreath that I like the base of and it's inexpensive, like I said, sometimes it's actually cheaper to do it that way and just add a couple pieces, maybe even a bow if you want, instead of buying everything individually. So I like how I had put this little crow pick on there. I think that's cute. And I've got, they're over there. I've got some little crows that I think I'm going to add to the table. I moved my lady head vase. I moved her over here because I forgot that I have got a huge cornucopia that I traded. I traded one that I had with my beautiful friend Lisa from Crepe Myrtle Rose. She had a ginormous cornucopia. So she asked me if I wanted it because it was too big for her house. And so I was like, yes. And so she came and I gave her the cornucopia that I had, which was still pretty big. And then I am going to use the giant cornucopia that she gave me and that we traded or whatever for this table. That is going to be a fun video. I want to craft that. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me because this thing is huge. So stay tuned for that. But this is the storm, you guys. We are in the middle of it. Look at this mess. I have messes everywhere. Another thing I've done so far, I went out to the barn and I scoured the rugs that I have out there, and I chose this one because I felt like this one was the most complementary to the colors that I have going on. So there's another little tip for you. If you have area rugs in your house and they've gotten to the point where, you know, they've gotten older and you're ready to replace them, then I highly recommend, if you have the room, storing them and using them on your covered porches, if you have a covered porch, because then you can kind of use that as a way to bring whatever theme you're trying to, you know, bring it in onto your porch and patio areas. So I'm going to have to get the pillows. This couch needs redone. I was actually going to spray paint her black this year and I just never got around to it. So I think I'm going to wait until maybe next spring to do that. And then next spring I'll probably replace the black and white fabric that I have down there because it's gotten faded and it's time. It's faded and it's kind of dirty-ish, dingy-ish. But we're not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to blow her off and kind of fluff her up, and we're going to go about our fall decorating. So anyway, stay tuned. We're getting there. We are getting there. It's like I said, it's a hot mess right now, but we're going to get there. So this is what I went with on the couch, just using what I have. And this is what I went with for the little coffee table. This is a really cute, like, garden, like a watering can. It is for decorative. I mean, I guess you could use it technically, but I bought it at Tractor Supply years ago, and it was really more or less a decoration. And I have had these flowers in it forever, and I pretty much just leave them in there. And so it's very easy to pull out and just put on display. I'll zhuzh it up a little bit sometimes, but it's pretty cute. And then the scarecrow chicken that usually everybody loves to hate. I say that because if you know, you know. And if you've been with me for a while or have watched any of my other previous fall videos, this chicken can tend to be controversial sometimes. So there's just some people out there that absolutely need me to know that they hate this chicken. And guess what? I don't care because I like it. And I like weird and quirky stuff, and this is weird and quirky and just about as weird as quirky as you can get. And my mother-in-law got this for me. So the chicken scarecrow shall stay. But seriously, I really do like some weird stuff, y'all. I do. I will be the first to admit it. So another fun thing is this is a John Deere little pedal tractor that I'm going to use out here on the porch because, if you guys don't know, my first grandbaby, who is now, oh gosh, I think he's like almost 16 months old, will be coming to visit us soon. They actually live in Hawaii, so I do not get to see him nearly as much as I want to, but I'm so excited because they're coming for a visit really soon. And so I kind of wanted to, of course I wanted to decorate, you know, just because I love decorating, but I'm kind of have a really good idea for something really fun that I'm going to be doing out here on the side of the porch. But I wanted to kind of incorporate some fun little things for him. He's probably too young to ride this little tractor, but it's still going to be fun to sit him on it and get some pictures and maybe push him a little bit on it. So I'm going to incorporate that in here. But I am done for the day, and so we are going to get back at this again, hopefully tomorrow, and hopefully you'll be seeing this video really, really soon. I can't wait to show you. I am absolutely loving the way that it is looking so far. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you, before I show you kind of like the final reveal, kind of. I wanted to show you this huge cornucopia that I was talking about. First of all, I did put my April Cornell tablecloth on the table, and I absolutely love this tablecloth. Look how big this cornucopia basket is, you guys. This thing is just, it is monster big. And maybe you can't quite understand how big it is, but I just rest assured that the thing is huge. And I know she doesn't look like too much right now, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to decorate her. And this I'm going to save for another video because, like I said, I think it's going to be a little bit challenging for me because I don't really want to use florals, which is usually like my claim to fame here. You guys, if you know, you know, I love some florals. But I think I'm going to try and make it, you know, maybe using like real vegetables and stuff like that. So this ought to be fun. So you'll have to stick around and make sure that you hit the bell to be notified of when I place new videos up, because I don't want you to miss that one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it could give you some inspiration for maybe a Thanksgiving, a tablescape that is not so, you know, make it more unique. Now, this type of centerpiece is a centerpiece that you would never be able to have on the table when you are actually eating, because obviously it's huge, but just for display purposes and when the table is not being used, I think it's going to be so pretty. This is what the chandelier, the box spring chandelier, looks like. Alls I did was use that fall leaf garland from Hobby Lobby and just use quite a bit of them. That's the only thing I decided to do up here. I don't think it needs any more. We've got enough going on this porch so that it's absolutely fine. I absolutely love how I did this, if I'm being completely honest with you. It is so much fun. I do want to eventually add light strands in there, like a remote controlled battery operated lights, because it would be so beautiful at night. And so you already saw the table. And then let's go over here to what the finished basket wall display looks like. I decided to hang the pumpkin patch sign over to the left right there, just because I have an idea of something else we'll do in another video, and I'll talk to you about that in just a minute. But I am in love with the way that this has turned out. I just think it just is so traditional fall, but yet with so much whimsy. And I think fall, I think I've told you guys this before, fall is my absolute favorite time of the year. I like to decorate for fall more than I like to decorate for anything else. I love the colors of fall. I love the warmth of fall. I love the coziness of fall. Just the oranges, the reds, the yellows. Look at this cute little Mr. and Mrs. Crow that I have. I think I should put some like little leaves or something like that in their little pockets right there. That's me and my husband. And I need to clean, I need to fix, this has like some kind of sticky residue I need to get off. Ignore that. But this is a crock. I actually have two of them. They're obviously not old. They came from Tractor Supply a couple years ago. But I really like how this little display turned out with those faux corn husk things, and just, I don't know, I think it's super cute. This is a lot of fun. I took the old pedal car tractor and put Miss Chicken. This was actually my mother-in-law's. She had this in her cute little chicken coop in Ohio, and she kind of gave it to me to use. And I just think she looks cute kind of sitting there. And she kind of is friends with Mr. Scarecrow Chicken. And let's see. You know, if you notice and it's driving you crazy, the windows, and you're probably thinking, girl, those need painted. You are so right. And if you want to come help me, come on. But no, for real, big project about to happen. Like I said, we're still not done with the porch renovation here. We're just so slow. But I am getting ready to start. I have to scrape and then paint all of the windows here. That's going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to it. Yay. That's where I'm starting. I was going to start with the porch ceiling, but my husband actually decided that I should start with the windows. But anyway, so this is how it turned out. I think she looks so pretty and so fun and festive. I did put this little sign here. I've had this forever. Just a lot of fun, lots of fall. So what I was telling you about that pumpkin patch sign. So if you recall, I said that my baby boy grandson is coming to see us very soon. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to get that tractor pedal car out. But this area of the yard, this is kind of like a, if you watched my kind of like before and after garden tour, is kind of like first year kind of floral garden that I have up here around the house and some landscaping and stuff like that. We added this gravel path off of the porch here. This area all through here was just grass. But when we put this pathway in, it gave me this whole other section. And so right now it's not filled with any kind of plants or anything like that. I mean, I did move the elephant ear pots out here. Those are gonna have to be transplanted next year. The pots are like about destroyed. But I will do that once those kind of die off a bit more. I don't know what, I'm assuming they need watered right now. That is why they are just drooping like crazy. Goodness. Anyway, but I thought it would be so much fun to set this area up as a pumpkin patch. So instead of taking our grandbaby boy to a pumpkin patch, which I mean, we might do that still too, but how fun would it be to make this little area look like a fun little pumpkin patch and just the right size for him? And so you'll have to stick around because that will be coming up in another video as well. And I think that's gonna be so much fun. So yeah, so I hope that you have enjoyed this. Thanks for coming along with me as we decorated the side of the porch here at the big old farmhouse. I hope you found some inspiration, and I hope that you are enjoying your fall season thus far. I can't believe we are already, what, a week into September. Crazy, time flies, gotta get busy. I've got so much more to decorate, you guys, and I'm bringing you along for all of it. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Have an absolutely blessed day.